Do you ever sit at the piano and think, what would be the best use of my time? Or what do I practice other than just the pieces or repertoire I'm working on? Hi, my name is Francesca and I'm going to give you a piano practice schedule, a printout that is completely free, and I've left the link for that down below. So we're going to go over what you could possibly do in an hour. If you're around intermediate level, ideally you need to be practicing around an hour, doing a mix of the things that I'm going to speak about most days. And obviously, depending on your ability, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, your age, your other commitments, it all completely depends. So an hour is just a nice round number, and trust me, an hour really flies by when you're really concentrating and ultimately playing the piano and having fun. So the first thing that I recommend you do is to do some technical exercises. So this is mostly scales and arpeggios. You could also add some Hanon in there as well. I've put as an example on the timetable schedule around 5 minutes, give or take. So pick a few scales, play them hands separately, play them hands together, make use of the metronome as well, set it at a tempo that you can realistically stick to. Make sure you're using the same fingering each time, every single time you play it, so you're doing the same movement, same repetition of movement, and that the aim is to make them sound nice and even in tone as well, and that you've memorized them. So try and not to always play the same scales over and over again. I know it's tempting, we all have our favorite scales. Go down the list, say the first day of your practice you're going to practice 3 different scales. So like, for example, A major, F sharp minor and C sharp minor. For example, just 3 random ones. And you could practice the scales hands separately, up and down, in natural minor, harmonic and melodic minor form, and then you can practice the adjoining arpeggios as well. And then maybe in the next practice session you could practice G minor, E major and A flat major and the adjoining arpeggio. So don't bombard yourself with everything, pick a few and just try to focus on them and really try to obtain them to memory and your muscle memory. So you could also add Hanon in there as well if you want to. It helps with many things, so like equalizing the fingers and syncing up the fingers. Again, you can also try this to a metronome. There's many different Hanon patterns and they all work on different aspects of playing. It's really important that you stick to the finger noted on the Hanon exercises to feel the full benefit and what it's trying to help you practice. So after you have had a good warm up for 5 minutes doing some technical exercises, now I think it's a good time to practice your pieces or your repertoire or songs. So don't always try to just play everything from the beginning. You know where your problem areas are. You need to loop that section, try to pinpoint exactly, where you're hesitating, practice a lot of hands separate to a slow metronome speed as well, so you're practicing helping you keep in time, so you're not just playing the notes without any rhythm or any sense of pulse. You could try to repeat each small section, for example working 4 bars at a time. Play the right hand several times, but correctly, the left hand several times correctly, and then you can put them together several times. It's quite a diligent process, learning piano and any instrument is a skill. It takes a lot of chipping away. So I've dedicated around half an hour for your repertoire. You may be working on one piece of music where you want to maybe not work on that for as long as half an hour, but half an hour, as I said, really does fly by. If you're playing 2 pieces or learning 2 pieces of music, just divide them equally. Again, you know where the attention spots need to be. Playing it from the beginning every single time doesn't help you pinpoint those troublesome areas. You just get even better at playing it from the beginning. So next thing is recommended if you read sheet music and you're trying to improve your sight reading. Spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes just sight reading something new. There's some really good sight reading books. Improve your sight reading by Faber Music are really good ones, and there's small shorter exercises, and you should always try to sight read in order to benefit from it a couple of grades or levels lower than your actual playing ability. So for example, if you're grade 5, maybe play something that's around grade 3 level, so you need to be tapping the rhythm, not just going straight into it. Try to absorb all the information that's there, so the time signature, the key signature, if there are any repeated melodic or harmonic or rhythmic patterns, any dynamics or articulation markings such as slurs and staccato. There's a lot you can get from it by just looking at it and observing it for 20 seconds before actually playing it. And when playing it, the aim is to try and maintain a steady and slow, steady pulse as possible. So again, don't try to sight read something that's just above your level. You have to maybe sight read something that's a couple of grades below your level to, you know, properly benefit from it. Otherwise you'll just feel frustrated and like it's completely impossible. And the last thing is just to play. So this could be something you have already learnt in your repertoire that you just enjoy playing. And after all, we practice, we do all this diligent practicing to be able to just play and enjoy yourself and relax and release and just enjoy and connect with music. So you could do this for like 10-15 minutes. Also, I've put in this section as well is just try improvising and don't think too much about music theory and just have fun with and experiment with sounds and, you know, feeling your way around the piano. I have many videos on like improv, like very simple but effective like improv tips and suggestions and ideas, and so I've left all those down below if you just want to have just a play around. It's really important not to get too bogged down with meticulously reading, following instructions and sheet music. Just try to express yourself in some way, even if you don't entirely know what you're doing, and just enjoy sound. Another thing you could try is putting on a song and try and picking out the melody and try playing it on the piano, small sections at a time, and maybe try picking out what the bass is doing as well. So this is easy to do when you have headphones on, you can hear all the frequencies a bit more clearly. So this is good for just generally trying to improve your listening skills. You can also try to identify how many beats in a bar you think there are. So those are my suggested 4 sections of practice that you could achieve in an hour. It keeps it varied as well. If you're someone who really wants to practice and play piano, but you don't just want to sit and play one thing for an hour or however long, you want to mix it up and you're improving your general rounded musicianship as opposed to just performing or just improvising or just trying to figure out songs or just sight reading. Trying to encompass a range of things keeps it interesting. If you struggle to find the time to practice, I believe that most people can fit at least 15-20 minutes in per day. Find where that is in your schedule and put it in your phone, put a reminder, let it be part of your everyday routine. If you're a morning person, try to get up slightly earlier and dedicate 15 to 20 minutes practicing then, or like before you go to work or school. That's what I used to do. I used to practice before I went to school, but I used to walk to school. You may find your brain is still buzzing from being at school or work, and coming in straight away and just bashing out 20 minutes on the piano is more effective for you. But you don't need to be practicing hours and hours every single day, particularly if you're a beginner or even if you're intermediate. If you're more advanced, or I'm talking grade 7, 8 and above, I'm sure you already know what you need to be doing. You need to be doing 2 to 3 hours most days to really benefit and tackle these really long and complex pieces of music, particularly if you're working towards grades. So I hope you found that useful. This, by the way, if you don't know already, is my Bitesize Piano merch. I've left the links down below. There's a couple of designs, there's loads of different colours, different types of products. So if you want to support Bitesize Piano, I'd really appreciate it, and yeah, show your love. Remember that the PDF to this timetable, lesson schedule is below. You can print it out, you can fill it in yourself, you can tick off which days you've practiced, you can put your own time markers in there. Best of luck with your piano practicing and playing. And remember, this is just for fun, and it should be a release, it shouldn't be stressful. Just do what you can, don't be hard on yourself, and just enjoy music. So that's the end of this video. If you would like to leave a request, leave them in the comments section below of this video. I've also left some videos here that I think you might like, so go and check those out as well. I also have a course. Visit bitesizepianocourse.co.uk and you can enroll and start learning how to read music. I'll see you in the next video.